Hello everyone, welcome back to Joy's Creative Finger. Today we're touring this 3-bedroom family mansion. It's exceptionally modern and contemporary, so it's a huge step away from the traditional castle that I built a couple of weeks ago. As usual, I take requests on the channel, and this particular build was in response to a request by Keely M. I find that building modern designs in Sims FreePlay is the easiest thing to do because it turns out like a block instantly. But one of the things to focus on is the window positioning and the lights. It makes the building look sharp and edgy. The other thing is the gardening around the building has to be placed in specific spots in a very organized manner. That way everything seems to be tidy, clean and clearly defined. The other thing is the roof is usually flat, as you'd seen in the picture that popped up earlier. So as you can see, I've gone for the flat roof using the balcony instead of the actual rooftop, because if we had an actual rooftop we can't place furniture on the top, and so it also has a multi-level roof appearance. Towards the back I have a sizable pool. As you know, I've built this on a standard plot, so it's very tiny, but I was able to make it look as nice as I wanted it to. And again, I've gone for more lights at the back. It's quite nice against the pool out back here. I think it's a nice touch, and at nighttime it looks really fabulous. Also, that structure holds the staircase that leads all the way to the roof. Again, placing windows in order is quite nice, if you can, because it has to make sense on the inside too. The entrance to this house has a very huge overhang. It's like a giant lip above the patio underneath where we have a bit of gardening. It's the unique point of the build for me, and I found it very pleasing as a structure. Now, as you can see down below, these 6 cypress trees are in what looks like glass pots, or some would call them planters. The thing is that you have to be tactful in how you place your patios around, and then of course you then put a fence around it, and this is what you get. In a live build I'll show you how to do this, although some of you already know how this can come about. So once you come past this organized garden, you then come into the double door that leads into a massive entrance. And right in the middle of the entrance we have a beautiful chandelier, a couple of plants, and then a beautiful central fish tank. This fish tank holds beautiful fish, so as soon as you come in you have that relaxed feeling. You know, you walk in, and also there's a lot of glass towards the back where the dog has come in from, and you see the blue pool. It's a lovely effect as soon as you walk in the house to be greeted with this soft, calming presence of water that's got life in it. To the left of this entrance we have the stairway that leads up to the family living quarters, and an archway that leads into an open space that then leads into the restroom. Now, as you can see, I have my idea of a glass wall that separates the staircase area from the little entrance that leads to the restroom. You have to glitch that if you want that effect. And I have this beautiful table in the middle that just fills out the space and gives the area a bit of color. Now, once you come in from the next archway, we have the beautiful modern-esque living room. I have this fire monkey statue. I love the color. I thought I'd place it in here as a piece of decoration or art, but not to switch it on anyway. And then of course I have a potted plant on the side there, which I've never used inside a house. It's meant to be, you know, creeping vines that you place outside. But now that we have indoor and outdoor moving around freely in the game, I chose to place that in there, and I think it's beautiful. Now, my rug has a split feature in the middle, as you can see. I thought it was interesting, and I have, you know, the chromes and the silvers all clustered in the corner there, just to give the room something interesting to look at. And then of course, because the rug and the seats are quite dark in color, I've decided to go for this beautiful polka dotted wallpaper to bring color contrast into the space, and it makes it look quite trendy. Now, Persia Chang has already taken a seat. She wants to be introduced first. Her surname is Chang, her father is Chinese, and her mother is of East African descent. We'll meet the rest of the family as we go along. They're in and around the house somewhere. But let's carry on with the tour. Now we have a door that leads to the kitchen on the right of the entrance, and I loved building this space. It was so good to build this because I'd never done anything like it before. My kitchens are usually orderly, and I don't really insert a lot of fun into the space. Yes, one seat is actually diagonally placed, and I have an interesting selection of colors for the worktops. I have a diagonally placed microwave and then it's just fun with the pink color to the left and right of the kitchen in the corners, and then there is a sort of pink line running through the tiles on the wall. And I've also mixed and matched the worktops to give that checkered effect. It's beautiful. I really like it. It was interesting when I put it together, and I was really satisfied. It goes with the theme for the whole house. They're very modern and very bold when it comes to design. The next room following through from the kitchen is the dining room. It also has a bar in the area. So yes, this is what I've chosen to do. It's very earthy in here, and the bar is situated here. And this is Mr. Chang. He is a lovely Chinese man, a faithful husband of one, and a fantastic father of three. He's also behind the bar because he loves a glass of wine every now and again. And I was happy to use the gingerbread house wallpaper and the runner rugs around the dining table here. It did pull the look together, and it's quite nice in the space. I like it anyway. I hope you do too. Having said that, every room has a strong choice of decor and color, and you might like one and not the other, but there's certainly enough choices of interior design in different rooms for you to pick from and get inspiration from. When you come out the back door, we have the pool, as I mentioned before. And it's a sizable pool. Remember, it's on a standard plot, so there isn't that much space, but at least I have a space for one tree right by the pool. And we have Clarissa Chang enjoying herself on the water here. She is the preteen of the house, so she's the second sister of the family, and this is a nice double lounge chair for anyone who's taken a dip in the pool and wants to get some sun with a bit of shade at the same time. So that's what we have downstairs, and it's a very easy build. Very easy. It wasn't hard to do. It's just a little complicated when it comes to the big overlapping roof to the entrance here. But this is certainly something you could build at a glance. I will do a live build for it if the request does come in. Once we get up the stairs, we come into a long corridor, as you can see, just that long, right across. And we have 3 doors spaced out evenly. The first door in the corridor leads into little Tokyo's nursery. It's his room. He's the baby of the house. So the family has 3 children. We've got Persia, we've got Clarissa, and we've got Tokyo Chang. They're one big happy family, and he has an underwater theme for his nursery. As you can see, the wallpaper has pink fish, which is fine, and there's a green fish as well. But certainly I think it pulls together quite nicely as an underwater theme. And the floor as well. I use the Ice Palace flooring, and it just looks like the ocean. I think it worked out as a nice nursery for him. And he can grow into this space for an actual bedroom with a preteen bed. The corridor here leads into the teenager's room and the preteen as well. They are situated in this beautiful space. Originally, I had 2 closets in here, one on one end, so I had to take the curtain off, and another one here, and I took the curtain off. But on the outside, I lost the windows, and it completely changed the look of the exterior part of the build, and I didn't like that. So I took the wardrobes off, and I've left them with a dresser drawer. Sorry about that. So it's a shared room, and that means that both sisters get to share a lot of things. They share the computer in the space. They have a bunk bed. So the older sister, Persia, has the bottom bunk because she likes to wake up in the middle of the night and get some of her work done. And Clarissa has the top bunk. They also have a dresser drawer here, as mentioned before. This little pink fan, I don't know where it's from. The game has been running for so long. There's so many items that I have. I can't quite remember where to get that. But I've got the television facing their beds, which I think is interesting. That makes sense. And it's just that placing things diagonally make things a little bit more realistic. So yeah, this is what they have in this room. I love the doors. They've got their little bags and pink robes hanging on the door. It does look lived in. and that's something I liked about putting this room together. So this section here automatically becomes the area or the wing for the kids, and then you have to come down the corridor to the shared bathroom for the kids as well, right here. It's very clean, spacious, and next door we have the laundry room. So I like the idea that I was able to fit as many rooms into the space upstairs on a small plot. It wasn't easy, but it's functional and they can come in and they can do their laundry. Down the end of that long corridor is the door that leads into first the closet space for the master room. It's very bright. The design in this room is all whites and blacks. You also have to assume that the glass doors have a frosted touch, so you can't actually see through it. They have their ensuite bathroom tucked away back here for the couple, and there is a large archway that leads into the main bedroom. They also have a white ottoman in the closet space, perhaps to sit down and take their shoes off. We have the main master bedroom. It's nothing like I've done before. It's completely different. I wanted it to be very modern indeed, and it was the first thing I actually designed in the whole house. I know that sounds strange, but yes, and I was comfortable using the white vanity desk in here. It worked brilliantly in the space, but in the middle of the dark blue and the strong black, I still injected a pop of color with the urban seat in the corner. Now I have the curtains obviously in a separate room that give the build a different shape from the outside, and that's what we have for this very, very modern master room. You can see that there is a good distance between the master room and the part of the house where you have the kids' room. It allows for mum and dad to have a bit of privacy in the house. This is an overview for this floor. Again, a very simple layout, and I do think that it could easily be replicated in your town and on a small plot for that matter, which is great. Now we go up the staircase to the roof. But before we pop out to the actual roof, we have the office space here. I got this inspiration from my ocean view mansion that I built many months ago. The idea of having an office up here and having a clear sense about you while you work is quite fantastic. But yes, this is what we have up here. And then we come out to the barbecue area. This is Mrs. Chang. She is the mother of the 3 and the wife of the 1 downstairs. I like that I was able to use these candy cane chairs, and what you have here is the stand for the barbecue. I thought that was quite nice, and the grey works very well with the grill. You can certainly put a lot more things up on the roof if you want to, maybe a hot tub, a ping pong table. You can even have your gym equipment up on the roof, but I chose to place a living area out here for the family to sit down and enjoy the fresh air. I should try my best to do a live build for this house. I have other things that I am trying to squeeze through into the channel as well, but do bear with me, and if you do want a live build, just leave a comment and I'll take note of that. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a lovely day. Bye.